Alright, now let's get into it. If you've been following the NFL scene, especially in Cleveland, you know the Browns are standing at a crossroads. A moment that could either ignite a new golden era or spiral into chaos. The saga at the heart of it all? None other than Deshaun Watson. When Watson arrived in Cleveland, the city's expectations soared to the rafters. He wasn't just another quarterback. He was the quarterback. A potential franchise savior, the missing puzzle piece to finally catapult the Browns back to the promised land of Super Bowl contention. Cleveland fans dared to dream again. But, as football often proves, the reality rarely plays out so simply. Let's rewind and paint the full picture. Watson, fresh off a dazzling but turbulent tenure with the Houston Texans, was acquired in a blockbuster trade that sent shockwaves through the league. The Browns bet big, locking him into a deal that made headlines, both for its historic value and its enormous risk. He was supposed to be the catalyst, the guy who turns a gritty franchise into a perennial contender. Then, everything changed. Off-field allegations, multiple legal battles, and a long, painful suspension sidelined Watson for a significant stretch of last season. The drama didn't just stay off the field, it bled into the locker room, the front office, and the fan base's collective psyche. Cleveland's hopes dimmed, replaced with questions, doubts, and a growing sense of unease. Fast forward to today, and the situation is far from resolved. While the Browns initially appeared willing to give Watson a fresh start, a clean slate, the emerging reality is far messier. Recent reports reveal that Watson hasn't given up on his goal of returning this season. Despite everything, he's holding on to that flame of hope with fierce determination. He wants to reclaim that spotlight, to silence doubters, and lead the Browns forward. And if he's medically cleared and given the green light by the NFL, he will push hard to play. But here's the million-dollar question. What's actually best for the Browns? The Browns took a huge gamble signing Watson to a contract that some have already dubbed one of the worst financial risks in NFL history. The guaranteed money, the contract length, all raised eyebrows and skepticism. Even Haslam admitted publicly that trading for Watson might have been a mistake. That kind of honesty from an NFL owner is almost unheard of, underscoring just how complicated this saga has become. If Watson gets cleared, the instinct would be to put your star QB on the field immediately, right? Not necessarily. Cleveland's brass aren't rushing. There's a backup plan in place. The biggest issue, Watson's health. The twice-torn Achilles tendon isn't just a line on his medical chart. It's a looming threat hanging over his future performance and durability. Holding him out for now is as much about protecting the Browns' season as it is about protecting their cap space. Cleveland more maneuverability to build around other key players. Speaking of which, this team isn't just about Watson. Cleveland boasts an impressive roster, with Nick Chubb's relentless running, Amari Cooper's dependable receiving, and a defense that's quietly turning into a force under Jim Schwartz's leadership. But the quarterback position, the Browns' Achilles heel for decades, remains the biggest question mark. They tried different options last year, including Jacoby Brissett, but the unresolved issue is whether Watson will take the helm, and if so, when. This creates a strategic dilemma. Do you risk throwing Watson into the fire too soon, or do you play it safe, prioritize his health, and rely on your depth until he's fully ready? The stakes couldn't be higher. Watson's contract, with all its controversy, adds fuel to this fire. The Browns have to weigh whether it's worth having him on the field at less than 100% or waiting for a full recovery, even if it means short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. The decisions made here could set a precedent for how NFL teams handle star players weighed down by injuries and off-field drama in the future. For the fans, and I know you're out there, Browns Nation, this is a wild roller coaster. You've seen the hope, the heartbreak, the dreams of a new era. Now patience, risk, and faith are being tested. As the season approaches, the Browns face tough calls. Rush Watson back and risk everything? Or lean on backups and develop young talent, hoping for a strong finish? These choices don't just shape 2024, they shape the franchise's future.